This is a piece called Time. Time and the march of army boots and metal chairs and the midnight howl of a panther train. Time and the sea lord calling back the herds and the seventh breaking of the hardwood stair. Time and a white coat, cigarettes and coffee. Time and the refrigerated cellular automotive facsimile liquid crystal satellite malfunction. Time and the lack of confidence reflected in faded cathedral glass. Time and aluminum eagle wings and the painted skydivers and the telescoping highways. Time and a minted peace and a pine cone rustle and a chipmunk's soul. Time because everyone's written a poem about heartbreak in an empty hotel room. Time and the concrete lions and the telephone poles and the copper saxophone strings. Time and the burning pages, the empty bottles, the distorted, static music. Time and the black keys, white keys, gray keys, colored keys, computer keys, car keys, house keys, major keys, minor keys. Time and the red ink and the black water. Time through a glass around your neck, under your feet, and in your pockets. Time and a house without ceilings, a front lawn full of hands, and a basement full of feet and folded prayers. Time and a red paper kite hunting through the starshine.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So there was a line in that poem that said, everyone's written a poem about heartbreak in an empty hotel room. So this is my poem called Heartbreak in an Empty Hotel Room. Today, the morning broke from black to gray, just like every other morning on every other day in this town where the noontime scarecrows burn away all the hope by afternoon, along with all the iron and a canvas of fumes. I heard the Duatos in the woods conferencing with fairies and howling. We only have two options, the slow crawl of the coward or the shotgun exit of the brave. A blue dove sat above my head, mocking me from an aspen limb because I mumbled about building roses while holding a rusty 11-year-old knife. And I've been holding that knife for 11 years just in case I need it again. Because you might see silver spiders falling across my face, but there's no magic in me. I'll never see Ezekiel's green-winged angels, and I'm afraid to break the silence of your stone. I want to be everywhere tonight. I want to eat dinner in an attic with your ex-girlfriend reading tarot cards and talking about anonymous movie theaters. I want to climb the windows of every downtown office, arms opened up to the honey, waiting on your fingers, to the golden eggs and the golden eyes and the golden halos kicking around your ankles. But mostly, I want to sit at the top of a cast iron spiral watching down, because even when you're not around, they're talking about NPR and the Mayan calendar and the last of the American bison. Why can't you just see me? See me drowning in the afternoon caldera of wildflower wine. There are no more timepieces pulling fleece from the irony of an apple blossom ring, the warp and the weft of a diamond riot. See me with the asphalt and quartz in my hair, under my palms cracked like the bell of an ivory horn, sounding the call of the vagabond messengers. See me falling to my knees because no one will hold me up anymore. You never learned how to bring your own sun, so how much brighter must I shine before you can see? See me and tell me, when will you write a song for me about how brave and stupid I was on Good Friday, about how I scheduled a resurrection while the swallows and pigeons shot arrows across an unfiltered sky, about the clover above my head? I'm leaving tonight. I filled the back seat of my car with sleep and doorways, but no ceilings. I tucked Nike's crown under my arm, scratching psalms into copper collars and chasing blue lights down the highway, chasing my enemies, chasing every herald and beacon, and running with the army of blue-coated angels. Just see me.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is a little bit lighter now. Been doing some heavies. Romeo discerned with a swampy eye, it's the nunnery for you, my dear. No surgical alterations or cupboards full of plastic knives. Yea, it's the nunnery for you, my dear. So I punched him in the front teeth. You soggy excuse for a a used tea bag, I retorted with salt rocks and chlorine. You couldn't hear hyenas gnawing at your boxer shorts or notice the black flies camping out in your nostrils, building tiny bonfires, roasting marshmallows. Can't you smell the marshmallows? Hopeless, hopeless. There's some news from the cookie jar. Mr. 5 to 9 solitaire round 9 remote potato salad dogs with a twist of hay. That's my changing a swollen fourth toe. Why don't you just run that sugary little tuxedo through the riding door before I loose the coffee grounds and parakeets to have their way with your polyester shiny Oxfords on your way down the alfalfa chute. This is brand new. Never read before. I wrote this for a friend who he's having he's a musician. He's got a big show coming up in February, and he was Diane is going to be there.
Can you tell?
Can you tell? So he was talking to me about it a while ago, and that conversation sparked this poem. When the shattered blooms of irises lift their tongues, lapping at the lust of the wine-soaked moon, and the soot-stained magpies clip the wicks from every lantern at your feet, leaving only spilled wax and the evaporated coral of the road. Then a knife's edge comes, a cannon, a drop of blood, cleaving salt and rust and ash from a city of marble, ice, and gold. Here is that division, that sliding wall of glossy mortar. This is that moment. A circle of flame and shadow hands and blue-eyed embraces scorches the shame that crusts your lashes. The windows wrap your weeping feet, lambskins for salvation, silks for the battered crowns that you will reclaim. The warriors ladle measures of hot tin, medicine, helichrysum, and broth into your bowl, and the children beat on brass kettles, taking your hands and eyes, teach you to sing the Zephyr's hymn, carried from the tunnels of ants and aphids to the frozen gloam, feeding the kites and osprey. The children beg your heart and eyes, your breath, your feet, your clavicle, so like a bird's wings, so like a flute, into the dance. Dance now, enter the firelight. This is that moment. And in the selvage lands, the purified throat chokes on carbon, the alveoli pixelated and coughing red spots against the blacktop. Every citizen carries quartz in his pockets. You used to call them lucky stones, shaken from your play shoes after recess. You unfold your scaffolding, scaling the brick of storefronts, law offices, with a bucket of paint and a stylus of reed. Scrawl every letter. Set the teeth of wolves in aspen. Cover the ash and bracken with your scrolling of gold. This is that moment. The thorn of a solar apex, germinate and flush, sprouting insensate cloves of dusk light. Thumb the soot from the lip of your wine glass. This dream armada of disappointing chalk, wake from your kitchen window midnight, stare into the forbidden white dunes that hold pink light in their bellies. The dead shake the ash from their mouths to speak and walk and breathe again, to relight the candles of your feet. Spill the melted fat, smash the windowless border guards, pour ink down your throat, strip your hands of nylon and petrol, sprinkle road salt in your hair, open your wings and feet to the road, shed the steel of unbolstered fear, step from the front door, cross the last threshold. This is that moment.
Wow.